everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm back, and today's video is a lock encouragement video. Now this video, it will directly apply to people who are struggling in the early stages of their lock journey. I know it's difficult for a lot of you, especially a lot of you ladies, so I want to make this video to give you all some encouragement. So I'll be talking about self-discipline, and obviously it doesn't apply to me right now in the way of, sticking on my lock journey, because I've passed the difficult stages a long time ago. However, where I am in my life right now, I do have certain areas where I've been having difficulty committing, and I really want to make that change, and I make a correlation, and you guys will see why. So I'm gonna start off with an excerpt from my book, More Than a Hair Journey: The Black Woman's Guide to Self-Love and Lock Maintenance. And this, for those of you who have the book already and you want to follow along, this is the chapter called Trust You, on page 84 in the paperback version. I'm sorry, I don't know what page it's on in the Kindle, but Trust You. Do you trust yourself? Trust must be earned even when it comes to yourself. What makes you trust you? If you've been struggling and hurting your entire life and you haven't been able to help yourself, how can you trust yourself? If people have to show you that they are worthy and deserving of your trust, so do you. Show yourself that you are deserving of your trust. Becoming disciplined is a surefire way to earn your trust. Self-discipline, in the way that I'm using it, doesn't mean getting up for work at 6:30 a.m. every morning. That does involve great discipline, especially if you're not a morning person, but that is a different kind of discipline. It's easy to do what is expected of you. You have to get up at 6:30 to make it to work by 8 a.m. You have to go to class and complete your assignments to graduate. When society is in complete support of what you're doing, it's much easier and doesn't take much discipline to accomplish. Self-discipline in its truest form is when you train yourself to unlearn something that is embedded in your psyche. When you pick up a new habit or practice that society may not necessarily support, it takes tremendous heart to pull through. That's why doing something that is expected of you, like getting up early for your day job, doesn't show great self-discipline. It is easy to go with the crowd and to live within their limitations of you. Self-discipline truly manifests when one decides to step out on faith and commit to something that goes against the grain, like a lock journey. When you relinquish yourself from societal norms regarding beauty standards and expectations, you are on a level of self-discipline which leads to higher levels of self-love. So what I've been dealing with, I don't want to be too specific, but I've been having difficulty committing to something that I've been wanting to change. As of the past year, I really felt the urge to make this change, and when something weighs heavy on your heart, when you change your mind about something, but you always end up coming back to a certain thought, it's probably the right choice for you. And that thought and that idea probably comes back to you often because that might be the right decision, and it might be God speaking to you, letting you know that this is the path that you should be leaning towards. And I know in my case, what I'm thinking about will definitely be beneficial to me in so many ways. So it's really important to me that I actually get the self-discipline and commit to it. And I know that after I finally do commit to it and I reap the benefits, that I will definitely have a higher sense of self-love because I'm doing something that's best for me. Now, when it comes to a lock journey, to many, your hair journey isn't that significant. But I know, speaking from experience, how significant that it is for so many. Especially black women, hair is so important to us as a culture and as individuals. So when we have societal pressures So I don't even think society intentionally pressures us to do anything specific with our hair, but assimilation is real. That's why I get upset when people, make judgments towards women who do wear their hair straight, whether they perm it or they wear wigs and weaves. I don't think that's fair, because at the end of the day, we didn't come here on purpose. We didn't choose to come here. When I say we, I mean our people, our ancestors. We were enslaved. We didn't volunteer, okay? And when we became free, we weren't given any tools. As a matter of fact, they did everything they could do to keep us in a new form of slavery, whether that be Jim Crow and the black codes. I'm not trying to give you a history lesson, but some of you may need to hear this. We weren't given tools. We weren't given what we were promised. No 40 acres, no mule. So we had to go and get work however we could. And in order to do so, especially as women, we had to be accepted. That's why I believe Madam C.J. Walker, came out with all of her products to straighten Afro textured hair, the hot combs and the perms, relaxers and things like that. It wasn't because we didn't feel that we were beautiful. I mean, that might have been part of it, but I believe strongly that it was for assimilating so that we can mesh into society better and get by. White people knew that our natural hair was beautiful. That's why oftentimes black women, slaves, were told to cover their hair. They were told to put their beautiful braids in head wraps because it was distracting how beautiful it was. So as a form of survival, black women have been straightening their hair and wearing straight hair for years. For assimilating, we're told that natural hair isn't professional. We're told that if we want a certain kind of job, we have to have our hair a certain kind of way, even though it has nothing to do with the job itself. So that's a part of the reason why I feel like when people think that it's just hair, no, I don't think you're thinking deeply enough into it. It's not just hair. And people, men and women, tend to be attracted to what they're used to. So if we're in a society where straight hair and wigs and weaves and not locks and not loose kinky afro hair, if we're told that our hair in its natural form is not attractive, it's not acceptable, it's going to be really difficult to commit to a natural hair journey. It's going to be really difficult to commit to a lock journey, especially a lock journey when you're in the awkward stage where your hair isn't quite locked yet, it's forming, and it may look messy more often than we want. And similar to women who are going natural for the first time, and maybe they're in their teeny weeny afro stage, the TWA, where it's at an awkward length, they can't really style it as much as they want to. So it's extra difficult when you're in those in-between stages of your natural hair journey and your lock journey, and more specifically, it's more difficult to commit. So I think that it's important to remember the reason why you're going on this journey in the first place. Going through my awkward stage, yes, I had dreams, like when I went to sleep, I had dreams of relaxing my hair, and I had dreams of just having my hair straight. I had dreams of combing out my locks, and that was something I dealt with throughout the first couple years of having locks. And I think I had a similar dream last year, or maybe earlier this year, where I combed out my locks and I was really upset in the dream that I did that. I regretted it. If you do believe that your natural hair journey, your lock journey, will benefit you in your life, I personally believe that it is more than a hair journey. It is a self-love journey. I wrote a whole book about it. So with that being said, For those of you who know you want to commit to this and you're struggling with dealing with the awkward in-between stage, remember, it's more than just hair. It's more than just hair. This is about you. This is about you reclaiming who you are. This is about you discovering a different side of you. This is about you growing. This is about you evolving. This is about you loving yourself. I don't mean that those women who don't wear their hair natural or locks don't love themselves. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I do believe that going on a lock journey is definitely a tool to help people love themselves more. And I always say, I believe that all black women should experience their natural hair at some point in their life, even if they don't choose to maintain it that way. I can go on and on and on about why I believe a lock journey is so crucial. I can go on and on about why a lock journey is more than just a hair journey, but I wrote a whole book about it, so definitely check it out if you haven't already. More Than a Hair Journey, The Black Woman's Guide to Self-Love and Lock Maintenance is available on Amazon, and it has a Kindle version. You can also get it on my shop if you want a signed copy. I have links below. For those of you struggling in the in-between stage, I'm rooting for you. I hope that you see the value in what you're doing, and I just know that you will definitely reap the benefits if that's your intention to do so. So, thanks for watching. Leave me a comment below. Love, light, and locks.